I genuinely believe that God put us humans here on the planet to express the potent inner love that He planted inside of our hearts. And unfortunately, the majority of our society has converted to the complete opposite, where we're being taught to suppress that love. We're being taught to hide ourselves, hide the authenticity inside of us, and being our true selves and getting to know one another. And while, of course, in this world, there are people who are doing that, people who are expressing themselves and letting their inner potent power from God known, it's seen as cringy, it's seen as embarrassing, and that's something that we're going to talk about here today in this video. So, if you're new here, hi, I'm Simone. I talk about self improvement in kind of all aspects, just becoming the strongest, best version of yourself. And so, if you like stuff like that, feel free to subscribe. And I also post on Instagram daily. I'll put like a tick thing here. Anyways, I have my notebook here because I like to go off track. I like to ramble a lot. So that's what's going to keep me on track here today, even though last video it didn't work. Regardless. Okay. So, first things first, what I finished off with the last part, what I was just saying with how what was that sentence? Self expression became cringy. Even now, with what I had said before, with what did I just say, because I was jambling over my words. The reason I'm not editing this video right now, although I have in the past, the reason I'm not editing this video is because I'm authentically letting my mistakes pour out. I'm letting my imperfections as a human be known. And when you, as a human, show yourself as an imperfect person, not only are you relatable, but that's just you being your most authentic self. I am not perfect. I think we all know that. If you're watching this, if you're breathing, if you have a pulse, you are not perfect and you're not supposed to be. And of course, with social media, everybody wanting to be seen and perceived as perfect and the ideals that they have here today, everybody wants to be perfect. And when you don't fit in that kind of realm where there's a little bit of messiness, there's a little bit of different, it's going to be seen as cringy. And I realized recently that to be cringe is to be free, and that not everybody's going to like what you do, and you're going to get, people who don't like what you do, but that means that they're not meant for you. The universe is going to reward you with things that are for you when you fully express yourself in every single in the most authentic way. It's the trash taking itself out. Who cares when you express yourself that one person doesn't like you? That just means that they're not meant for you, because but when you do put that energy, that true authentic energy inside of yourself out, it filters out, and the people that are meant for you can find you. When you close off your authenticity, your true self, the potent inner light and being that's inside of you, just because someone that isn't meant for you doesn't like it, that puts a wall in between the people and the possibilities that you could have had you express yourself. And you know what? If someone doesn't like what you do, they find it cringy, which I hate that word. I use it, and I've associated with that word before, but I use it less and less now because just I just don't like it. I just don't like it. So what if I don't like what someone posted? I don't like what the way somebody else expresses themselves. It's not on the same vibration that I want to be on. That's for them. It's not my business. I think it's about minding your own business, guys. Everybody, just be yourself. Mind your own. If it's not for you, mind your own business. I'm getting off track. Oh my gosh, already. Um, and when it comes to self consciousness, which is kind of the root of why people aren't expressing themselves, you I've come to realize that rather than actually living my life, I'm experiencing my life from an outside point of view. I'm looking from the out looking in. How am I being perceived? How do I look? What does it look like from an outside perspective? Not actually how I feel. When you're choosing an outfit, when you're choosing something that you're being outside perceived, are you thinking about what do I want to feel, what makes me feel happy, makes me feel comfortable, or what's socially acceptable? Society, the social norms, God didn't come up with that stuff. I mean, of course everything comes from one place, one giant subconscious being God, but when it comes to the limitations and insecurities of humans that create social norms, that stuff is made up. Of course, there's some things like I don't want to go to Walmart and see you naked like that. I don't want to see that. If you're self-expressing yourself like that, you should go to the hospital or to jail. But you're not experiencing life from your present point of view. You're not being present. Even though you may be looking at yourself from the right now point of view, when you're looking from the out looking in, when you're not present inside of yourself, you're not present, period. You're not present, period. If you're not for going from the in looking out, you gotta, it starts in here, guys, and stop thinking about what other people think of you. I think this is what the entire video is about here today. But the universe and God, especially, like, they are not concerned about what the world thinks about you. You are trying to impress a world that crucified a perfect man. A perfect man. This world crucified is the same world that you're looking for approval from. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't. So what? Whatever anybody else in the world thinks, I want nothing to do with it. I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna do me, and you should just keep doing you. All right, going back on track. Nobody's thinking about you guys. Nobody's thinking about you nearly as much as you do. You are walking through Target and someone walks past you and they trip over their shoelace. You forget about it 2 minutes later. You do it, you trip over your shoelace, and you are thinking about that for the next 2 weeks. Gosh, oh my gosh, I walked past my crush and he saw me trip over myself. Nobody's thinking about you guys, and you're giving your power to other people when you are putting that emphasis on what other people are thinking about you. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Nobody cares. Just how you're concerned about yourself, everybody else is just as concerned about themselves. Nobody has time to be thinking about you. Stop caring what's going through other people's heads, because I promise you, nobody cares about you as much as you think they do. And that can be a good thing, or you can see that as a bad thing. I see that as a good thing. I love my family. Of course, we care about each other and we're going to look out for each other and such. And I love my friends. But at the end of the day, the people that are outside of my circle of influence, that I, allow to be outside of my circle of influence, if you've read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you know what I'm talking about. Those people outside of that, they have nothing to do with you. What they're thinking about you, you can't look into their brain and see what's going on, and you can't dissect it. And all you can do is assume. And why would you assume something negative? Your assumptions are so strong, guys. Your assumptions shape your entire reality. So if you're just assuming that everybody is judging you, first of all, why do you care? It's none of your business what's going through somebody else's head. You're not God. And two, when you assume those things, you're making yourself self conscious, and you make decisions based off of insecurity. Assume good things. Assume good things. And that's an expression of love. Assuming good things in your life is an expression of God's potent love inside of you. And literally, God talked about this in the Bible. Like, when you assume and pray from a place of things being in the present, things being good now, then that's what's going to keep coming into your life. Think beautiful, and beautiful things come. Plant the seed, the attention, pour the water, let it go, and assume good. Just keep assuming good, guys. All right, I'm getting off track again. Sorry. And whatever someone might critique of you, pretend you get um a feedback from somebody who's trying to come at you, trying to attack you, saying something not nice. What they critique about you is what they find important in life, and they're projecting their own insecurities. If someone calls you, if someone says that your skin looks bad, that means that they, value the way that outward appearances look, and that's why they're making fun of you for it, because it doesn't align with their standard. So you can learn from what people critique you for. You can learn from what people make fun of you for. It just shows, oh well, you find that valuable. And while this is kind of off topic, I kind of found that interesting. But people are just projecting, guys. What is going through people's heads, they're pushing out. What I'm expressing right now is starting in my head before I push it out. What I am explaining to my sister, like, oh, your outfit is beautiful, it's because something in my heart and something in my brain finds value to that, so I'm expressing that to her. Everyone is just projecting. Everyone's just projecting. And like I mentioned too, self-expression. When people are projecting, it's a means of self-expression, but when they're projecting it in a negative way, it's more socially seen as acceptable, because the world loves negativity, and negativity sells. When people are putting stuff on the news about hate and war and such, that stuff gets big visibility, because it causes fear, it causes negativity in people's minds, and that is a big emotion, and big emotions sell, big feelings sell, and it's easier to make big feelings of negativity than it is for happiness. So that's why I don't watch the news that much, guys. That's why I try to stay off of consuming more than I do creating. Going back on topic, okay, something that we've kind of misconstrued, what is it, misconstrued, anyways, something that's been kind of flipped upside down in this kind of world right now is mistaking authenticity for seeking validation, for expressing yourself, especially online too, where I'm, putting myself out there and having a good time and showing what I know to other people. Sometimes that can be seen as this person just wants attention. This person is doing it for other people. But when you look actually deep into where it's coming from the root, when you're actually doing something from authenticity, you're not caring what other people are thinking. You're not caring what people think when they take in the information that you're saying. Like right now, I am literally just Jabba John, just yapping. I'm just expressing myself. I don't care what you think while you're watching this. I'm expressing myself. Of course, I care to an extent where, I want you to get value out of this. So I'm not just going to start talking about bullshit. But regardless, I am just expressing myself. And a lot of people find that threatening. People find it threatening when you start to express yourself because they have blockages inside of them. So when someone sees you being authentic, they're going to think, okay, they're doing this for validation because they themselves know that they don't have the guts right now or have the blockages right now to go out and express themselves. So that's what I found interesting about that. Um, Going on to the next point because I love getting off track, guys. I keep bringing up my notebooks and stuff, but maybe I should stop. Maybe I should just brain dump for every single video. But I think if I did that, y'all wouldn't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. I might start speaking in tongues. Who knows? Some people aren't going to understand you guys, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And like I mentioned earlier, that's just the world filtering itself out. What is meant for you is going to stay. If you keep being yourself, what is going to be right for you is going to be attracted to you. And even if it's something that you want, when you express yourself as your most authentic self and something isn't meant for you and it goes away, good, good, then it wasn't meant for you. If you're expressing yourself the most authentically possible and something that you might have wanted or something that you really cared about or someone that meant a lot to you leaves your life, good. Because they're not ready for that version of you. They're not in the same alignment with that version of you that can fully express themselves authentically. If they were only with you during the part of your life where you weren't fully expressing yourself to your fullest capacity and being your most authentic self, then they liked that fake, made up, artificial version of yourself. I probably shouldn't keep drinking this. This is a bum energy. What is this? The lemonade tea, and it's so good. But I probably shouldn't be drinking that. Sorry, mom. Sorry, mom. I'm gonna get a heart attack. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. All right, on to the next point here, guys. I'm so sorry. I keep getting off point, but regardless, we're having a good time, guys. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. All right. Fear of comparison, guys. I'm gonna get two examples. So we have Sarah and we have Jenny here. They're both on completely different areas of their lives. Jenny is just got married, has kids, works at Google. Sarah, she's in college, she's working at CVS, and she has a cat. They're on completely different wavelengths. They're on completely different areas of their lives. And when you're they can be friends. They can be friends even though they're on completely different areas of their lives. But to compare one of them to another when they're on completely different timelines is just straight bogus. So when you're trying to be like somebody else, when you're comparing yourself to somebody else and trying to be like them, you forget that you don't have the years of experience that they have. You don't have the same lifestyle that they have. And they can be an inspiration. Some of the things that Jenny does can inspire Sarah. Like Jenny's job at Google is why Sarah is in college right now studying. And you can be inspired, but you're never going to live someone's life. Actually, you're actually just not going to live somebody else's life. Your life is your life, and to compare it to somebody else's is just straight bogus, guys, because not only did you grow up differently, you have a completely different plan laid out for you. Completely different. And man, and I catch myself doing this too, where I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to turn 18, I graduated, I'm studying integrated movement science, I like my job now, but where is this taking me? Where am I going to end up doing? Like, should I keep doing this stuff? That's insecurity speaking, and that's comparison. Comparison is going to be the thief of joy, because I can look at my sister who has like a nail business and who's in Orlando and having a good time with friends and stuff. I can look at our lives and compare it and be like, wow, like I wish I was going out more like she does. But then she could look at my life and she's like, wow, Simone has like so much time on her hands. She gets to have downtime to make videos and stuff. Like, So whatever you're comparing your life to somebody else, however you're comparing your life to somebody else, I guarantee you there's areas in your life that you don't fully appreciate or not even aware of because you're too engulfed in somebody else's life. Just look at the benefits that you have in yours. When I look around in my room, in my environment, and being able to curate my environment to match the highest version of myself, I see opportunity everywhere. I see my computer. Okay, I can work on my videos there. I can learn information. I see my bed. Okay, this is where I meditate. This is where, oh my god, I'm off track again. I'm so sorry, guys. I should probably get Adderall or something, guys. I cannot lock in. But anyways, this is still important knowledge to know. Curating your environment to match the authentic life that you're experiencing and that you're trying to experience. I'm trying to have a life where I'm expressing myself more, so being able to have my environment curated that way, where I have my bed where I dedicate an area. Okay, this is where I'm meditating, this is where I'm journaling, this is where I'm sleeping. That has helped me be able to live more authentically, curating my environment to match the frequency of the version of myself that I want to be. And knowing that that version of myself is the most authentic version of myself. If I think of the best and highest version of myself that I am striving to be as someone who is completely opposite to me, why would I curate the best version of myself as someone who plays piano when I've literally never even touched a piano in like probably 2 years? Think about your goals and actually think, okay, do I actually want this, or am I actually just doing this because it sounds cool and it's what other people think is cool? Yeah, playing piano is cool. So pretend someone I really look up to plays piano. Why would I choose that just because they do that? Do I like playing piano? No. Take a good look at your goals, guys, and think, do I actually really care about this that much, or am I just doing it to impress somebody else? All right, going back on point. Stop asking for permission. Play. Just play, guys. Go outside and play. Go outside, talk to people, express yourself, ride your bike, make some art that's bad. Have a good time. Guys, we are only here for so long, and you're going to wish that you had. When you are in your retired years and you don't have the same energy as you do now, you're going to wish that you had. We only have so much time here, and to spend the entire time caring about being Pinterest worthy, or caring about not being cringe, or what other people think, that people that don't even care about you, caring about what people who don't even care about you, what they think, it's jabberjon, it's stupid. So stop doing that and have fun. Play. I used to love making art when I was little. I don't make art nearly as much as I do anymore, but when I do, I tap into that like younger, more childlike version of myself, and I feel in tune with who I am. And while I don't prioritize it and make time for it, I express myself in artistic ways through, making videos now, or artistically. I also like writing and such. I love my journal entries. I feel like I can really express myself in that way. Whichever way deems best to you and is most authentic to what you enjoy doing in your life, do that. Do something. You gotta express yourself, guys, because depression is literally the opposite of expression. The I don't, okay, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I haven't been depressed in a couple of years, but wouldn't you think that the depression of your emotions would be cured by expressing them, even if it hurts and it's uncomfortable? It's so uncomfortable to face sad emotions, but expressing them through either exercise or writing them down, uh, it's it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart seeing people who can't properly express, not that they can't properly express them, but they're too scared to express those feelings that they don't want to face. And that's what worsens your depression, guys. Constantly consuming instead of facing what's actually supposed to be faced. The world and God, the universe is gonna reward you when you feel the uncomfortable emotions and you express them, when you feel the love that God put inside of you, the love that God has for you, and expressing that, even if your voice shakes, even if you jumble over your words, even if you have a messy bun in your hair right now and you don't really know what you're doing it anyway, doing it scared, doing it not knowing, that's showing courage. And do it. All right, I'm almost done here, guys. I'm almost done. I'm not gonna apologize. I almost said sorry, but I'm not gonna apologize because I'm having so much fun. And last thing I'm gonna talk about here is that being embarrassed isn't dangerous. And I heard this somewhere. It was like some celebrity that said embarrassment is like an unexplored emotion, so you should probably feel it more because not enough people have. Um I am guilty. I don't like feeling embarrassed. I don't think anybody really likes feeling embarrassed, but I do agree with the fact that of course it's an unexplored feeling, and I think just overall being uncomfortable is an unexplored feeling. But in discomfort is where you're going to find different parts of yourself that you haven't really opened yourself up to yet. Being uncomfortable is going to make room for growth. When you go into the abyss of something that you don't know, that you don't fully understand yet, and you open up your mind to that, there's endless opportunity. There's endless opportunity. And I'm still learning that today. Right now, it's uncomfortable making a video. Right now, it's uncomfortable going outside because it's really, really hot out. But when I prove to myself that, okay, I can do these hard things, I can express myself even when I'm scared, even when my voice shakes, that just proves that there's so many more things that I can do in life. And that's just the domino effect. That's just the law of just expansion. When you prove yourself that you can do something, the chances are you can do another thing too. And that's why I'm so adamant on having good health. Because if you can prove to yourself, I love myself enough to move my body, eat properly, take care of myself, then what else can I do? If when I know that I'm in an optimal state of my health, I think, wow, if I can take care of myself and love myself do so deeply that I can have the discipline to do things that I don't exactly feel like, what else can I do? What kind of content can I create? What kind of expression can I do? So explore that uncomfortableness. Even like what I said with embarrassment. I even with posting content right now, I am not great at it yet. I'm not. I'm not super great at speaking in front of a camera yet. I mean, I'm so much better than I was. And I was embarrassed my first couple of videos that I've made, but I've been doing this for 2.5 years now, and the fear doesn't go away. The fear doesn't go away. The devil is still going to come get you. But when you practice and have that confidence, meaning with fidence, with God, feeling like protected over time, it gets easier. It gets easier. And I don't know what I'm saying half the time, guys. I genuinely don't know what I'm saying half the time. I'm just trying. I don't try, I do. I don't try, I do, guys. No more trying. We just do around here. But show up. Be scared. Be scared and do it anyway. The universe, God is gonna reward that. Just keep showing up. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that's all I got for y'all today. Um oh, I heard this bar. I need to say this real quick. If their approval doesn't pay your bills, then you don't got to worry about it. If someone has a negative comment for me or says something mean to me, is that person paying my bills? Is that person giving me anything? Okay, then I don't care. I don't care. Of course, I wouldn't say don't care about like anybody's approval, because I mean with your boss and maybe some of your clients, you got to make sure that you're being polite and such. Nothing about this video is saying don't be polite. Be polite. Be a decent human being. If self-expression to you means doing unlawful things, then you need to get out of here. um oh, I went to go push up my glasses. I tapped my nose. Anyways, that's about wraps, guys.